No BS, this is everything you need to know about the new season in Rainbow Six Siege Year 9 Twin Shells. This will be from the smallest change, like the new drone speed, to the new operator. And if your TikTok attention span can't handle watching this video, there are timestamps below or the recap at the very end. Alright, so the new operator, we have Skopos. Her loadout is a new weapon, the PX-33. It's basically, it feels like a gun from Black Ops 3, low recoil, high fire rate, what everyone likes. Like, this gun legit has no recoil. Secondary handgun and impact grenades with proxies. Now it's very crazy because usually we get 2 guns per operator, but we only have 1. She's a 2 armor, 2 speed. I honestly expected it to be a 3 armor considering the wheelchair. Like, I wonder if that is bulletproof too. But unfortunately, Skopos is a keyboard warrior and only types from outside of the server. Come to think of it, if I look at her card, she actually looks like a very angry varsity gaming. She looks like she's been through 100 matches of hacker replay. And ever since Karan mentioned that, I can't stop thinking about it. So the operator is probably somewhere outside of the server and letting her little minions go around and play for her. So basically, the easy way how to play her is, think about it, you're cycling through 2 echo drones, but you're actually those echo drones itself. You need a very wide space, as you can see on the bottom left. There is, like, if you can set it down or not, but it's a very wide space because it's played down a shield like this. Now, whatever robot you change into, you will die as this person like a normal operator. But if they destroy your clone like this one, which you can use as a camera, you will not die, you just can't switch to it. So basically, you're transferring your consciousness from one robot to another. So basically, you can play 2 floors at the same time. And yes, you can anchor and roam by yourself. The ultimate solo queue operator. It's kind of unfortunate they didn't make it so they can both reinforce at the same time. Now, who does she counter? In my opinion, right now, this early on, she counters almost every operator in terms of wasting time and utility. For example, I could be roaming 3rd floor when the bomb site is basement, and let's say I'm about to die, I can easily just switch between and be safe in sight. Now, what defenders work well with her? So far, without much testing, we have Mute, Castle, Omai, and Jager. It means exactly what you think it does. You can protect the robot while you're in another one stationary. Now, her counters are basically anything that counters a shield. So this is what it looks like. So basically, we have the payload from Overwatch, but as you guys can see, any grenade, Capitao, flame, explosive, Florist drone can work really well. Now, by punching it, you just destroy the glass, just like a Maestro cam, and you can't see through it. Now, what if I were to impact it? Then it breaks a shield and you're vulnerable with player. As you can see, there's also a health bar, but I can still transfer over to it. And obviously, if you shoot it, then it just... You know what's crazy, though? You can kill the robot. It will say 1v0 or whatever, or, you know, whatever it is, but it won't actually count as a man count because I am still alive. However, from our calculations, you actually still get the points for getting this kill. So if you really wanted to, you could probably boost your KD and stats by just killing the Skolios thing every time. But obviously, you have to wait for the test server for more confirmed changes. But my overall opinion on her, she has a decent secondary. Impact grenades, proxies, impact grenades just really good. Unfortunately, no ACOG, so she got the Jaeger treatment. But the moment y'all all been waiting for, how good is her recoil? Here's me not controlling it. So it goes up to the right a little bit, and I have flash hider on right now. Wow. They might call me Kronos after that. Now, to address the elephant in the room, don't you think her biggest counter will be I was talking about a Deimos track, of course, but you know, I'm pretty sure they added this elevator just for this operator, right? I was also thinking, like, what if on Clubhouse they like planted on top of a box? Like, how would you never mind. But if I had to give Scoliosis a thing on the tier list, I'd probably give her a raw B rating. I think she has a potential for A, just for literally teleporting places with a person. I think she can be very good in Pro League on the roam, and people can really dig into how her sentry works. But yeah, I think she's gonna be very annoying on the roam, and I think definitely roam clearers cannot stand her. Next up, we have the drone boost thing. So basically, you can just boost the drone. If you hold shift and look at the bottom right, you have a new feature. You have the regular jump, of course, but now we have this. I wonder if the new operator's wheelchair can do the same thing. But yeah, it works for every single drone. Brava drones. I don't know about Flourish drones. Brava, Twitch, and regular drones are confirmed. All right, for the big test, the Flourish drones have it. Nah, they don't have it. That would be really broken. Okay, next we have the Siege Cup. Now, we didn't really get much footage or anything about this, but obviously we have this article by SiegeGG. You know, it's going to be like this, and only mainly for PC, not for console yet, because it's the beta. As you guys can see, we can play Oregon, Villa, Cafe, Nighthaven. We have our registration area, rewards, history matches. Now, I bet this is just going to be similar to, it says 15 minutes average queue time. Basically, that you guys can just queue it like it's ranked. You'll go up against people in the tournament, whoever signs up, and then obviously whoever wins. I don't know what the rewards are yet. So guys, get your stack going. I mean, barely any of you guys get stacks for the actual ranked, but this looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun and bring a lot of people to it. The pros, that it's gonna be a good way to have competitiveness instead of ranked, which can get kind of boring getting champion. But obviously the elephant in the room, what if cheaters log into this? I don't know how the registration area is going to be, how that's going to work, but if cheaters run the Siege Cup, it is actually ruined. I don't see a reason why cheaters won't be in the Siege Cup, so that's just not to pop your balloon or anything, but let's just be realistic here. Next up at the bottom left, as you can see, we now have a 1v1 playlist. We have 6 rounds or 14 rounds. Now, I wonder if Jinxie was the influence behind this 1v1. It probably was, to be honest, but I think this is going to be a little bit nice as they have these presets for people to kind of go around. I'll be honest, ain't nobody doing all this over here, you know. This arcade and duel stuff. Maybe the 1v1 though. Next up, we have the Defender AI. Now, in my opinion, I think all these AI matches are good. These training ground modes are good for adding in Siege. But I think we got to draw the line after this season. As easy as it might be for players to kind of get used to Siege and how to do this and that, a lot of the times they just need to hop into a quick play, standard, or a regular ranked. Because this way they kind of get more fresh to metas, recoils, and you'll just learn a lot faster by just exploring by yourself in the real PvP. But if you really, for some reason, need to go into a drill, the Defender AI playlist will be more available. Next, we have Jager Elite, which will be the next Elite skin coming this season. Now, I don't have any footage for you guys yet because I just can't show it to you guys until they release it themselves, but you guys can expect the next Jager Elite. Now, next, this might be an upcoming change in the future, but not in this season, which we have is Claymore and proximity alarm changes. I don't remember specifically what they said, but it was definitely something about the timing of the Claymore, and I wonder how they're going to rework proxy alarms, because I actually think proxy alarms are fine how they are right now. But we know classic Ubisoft, a gadget could just be straight chilling, and we're like, you know what, we're just going to nerf you because we feel like it. And speaking of nerfs, we have some nerfs to talk about next. Next, we have the Solis Nerf. I can't believe I'm telling you guys this right now. It used to be a meme in the community to like nerf Sledge randomly, but now it's actually nerf Solis. They actually did her dirty last season and this season too. They had some hidden DLC, and if you're not familiar, last season she was S tier, super strong, but then last season, you know what they did? They made it so she can't use her gadget in the prep phase, lost her impact grenades, can't use the gadget until it's fully charged, and nerfed the range of which you can see things. That is 4 nerfs in one time. But wait, there's more. In this season, you actually can't even see the gadgets you're looking at now. And if you want to see the gadget, you have to use a scan like how she normally does, and she only has 3 of them. So basically you only have 3 opportunities to use her ability in the round. Listen, if their goal was to make Solis situational only for gadgets, I guess it's a decent change, but still it feels like I'm playing a calculator just to turn on her gadget. And I don't know if Ubisoft saw her pick rate, but it already was fucking plummeted from the change. They're basically making sure Solis never sees the light of day again. Next, we have another rework. It's basically a nerf though. But Dokkaebi, as you guys can see, I cannot use my gadget. Why? Because it is 45 seconds into the round or between charges where I can use it. So I've got to wait 45 seconds after spawning in to use it. Oh, you get a little ringtone to it. Little text tone. Honestly, by the time that charged up, I probably could have had kids, cured cancer, finished college. Honestly, GTA 6 probably could have came out before the Dokkaebi charged up again. Now, as you guys can see, after I use it, it is now done for... Actually, I can kind of use it again, but yeah, it's just 45 seconds before each one. I was really thinking what they were going to do with Dokkaebi is making it similar to Deimos, where you can get like a log of defenders and see who you want to call instead. But let me know in the comments, would you guys rather have a single operator call anytime in the round or have all of them, but it's delayed? But listen, all you Dokkaebi simps out there, just know, whenever she's calling you, she's not just calling you. She's calling the entire team. So focus on yourself, King. All right, we have another gadget focus change, which I think is good from Ubisoft, but we have Nokk. So as you guys can see, duration is pretty much the same, but it stops whenever, even if I just walk, it stays the same. But anything that has effort, like throwing a grenade, turns it lower. But then if I stand back still, Throwing a drone. Stand back still. Shooting. AMD ADSing is fine. Sprinting, you can't do it. But I think this will work really well. She can be a little bit safe from cameras, and it influences people to use her gadget more, basically. And obviously, if you want to recharge it, you just gotta turn it off. I think this is a decent change. It's very minimal though. I would actually love to see it like one meta of where her gadget actually cloaks her from traps. I'm pretty sure that was like a thing in the works, but that would be insane. Can you imagine walking through a hall full of Melusi gadgets, Thorn Mines, Ela Mines, and just not triggering a single one? Now that would be broken. But we love broken. But you know what else is broken? The anti-cheat in this game. Now, this is probably one of the largest changes that like everyone wants, and one of the biggest problems with Siege is the anti-cheat. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into it because you guys already know from me too. Or you can ask any Siege player or creator. The anti-cheat right now is probably in one of the worst states it has ever been. And I know you probably hear that every single season, but it just genuinely gets worse. In high elo lobbies, it is a spinner, you know, guy just LMGing me through the floor, and it's just not fun. So many pros, creators, and players literally just stop playing the game hours on end like they used to just because of cheaters. Now, every single year, listen, I like Ubisoft, but they always give very empty promises on the anti-cheat, and they never fix it. They'll say, oh, we hired a new team, we're working our hardest, you know, we're doing our best effort, we banned this many people, but it's literally just comforting words to literally do nothing. Now, what they did come out with is something called like binary coding, which makes it so it's going to be harder for cheaters to kind of develop into cheats into the game. Now, listen, I know you can't get rid of hackers completely no matter what game you play, but I would just love it if it was maybe one cheater every like, it's okay if we have wallers here and there, but rage hackers every single game, they can do it for free. And I'm sure you guys know if you scroll on TikTok live or something, you can see easy. It's like every 5 posts you come across cheating in R6 for free. But listen, this is not a part of the video to crap on the Ubisoft devs. Well, maybe a little bit. But most of the Siege devs, you know, a lot of this power is not in their hands. Just whoever's behind the curtain actually making the changes of making a better anti-cheat. But that would probably come with recoding the entire game. And obviously recoding the entire game is not the best thing because you probably have to shut down the game, leave it down for a couple months, which you probably can't do. But what do I know? I'm just a person who plays the game for a living. But I've met a lot of the Siege devs in real life. I've shook their hand, heard of what they, you know, behind the thoughts of a lot of the changes in this game. And a fun fact, did you know that Maverick tricking was never actually supposed to be a thing? It was just something that was made out of the blue. Things like that are bugs that kind of get away in this game, but they leave it because it's not OP. It's just using your gadget smart. But anyways, let's go ahead and recap the entire season of Twin Shells in Year 9. We have the new MVP screen, new operator, drone boosts, Siege Cup, 1v1 playlist, Defender AI, Jager Elite, reworking proxies and claymores, Solis Nerf, Dokk Nokk Buff, better anti-cheat, let me take that back. We all know Ubisoft ain't gonna fix the anti-cheat. But guys, let's take all these changes and just be excited for the new season. I'm very excited. Leave a like if this did help you, and leave a comment below what you guys are most excited about for the new season. I have my very own Charmin game. You can subscribe to it on my Twitch channel to get it for free. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.